Hello and welcome to Light My Way. This is a visual novel that I had seen, when you're gonna download another visual novel, and then it gives you the little recommendations on itch.io. Um, but it looked a little okay. So one day I was like, yeah, I'll remember it, I'll download it later, and then it just disappeared from my recommendations. But then I ended up finding it again. So I downloaded it and here it is. I believe this is the 4th update, so there's already stuff there. I believe that this visual novel is about this guy, the fox here, who is able to see lights surrounding people. I did skim through it to see what the visual novel was like, and at least what I saw was okay, so that's why I decided that I'm gonna read it. So here we go, another visual novel to add to the lineup. Anyways, so I guess without further ado, let us begin Light My Way. What is your default name? Lucian. Uh, a little bit of a warning. Prologue. When I was a kid, I called it light. I had no idea how I could call it otherwise. Light was a word that I learned easy enough, like others such as mom and dad and fox. I was 5 and, for my birthday at Log Burrows, I celebrated with my family and other kids from my neighborhood. My parents got me a big cake, so I blew out the candles wishing for the Beast Battles 2 game. Yay for me, 5 years old. I got up to get a plate for my cake, but something was off. There was this light around other folks that it wasn't going away. I asked my parents about it, but they couldn't make out what I was saying for some reason. I rubbed my eyes a few times and the light was gone, so I sat down and dug into my delicious cake. My next door neighbor, Atlas, came to sit next to me, but as soon as he did, I couldn't look at him anymore. His light was so strong that I was blinded in an instant. It didn't stop no matter how many times I rubbed my eyes, almost scratching them. I ran away from the table and started crying, louder and louder. My mom came quick asking me what was wrong. I wanted a hug, but her light was much too strong as well. I put my paws on my face covering my eyes and wouldn't let go. Everyone kept saying that I was mumbling, but I know that I spoke the right words. It hurts my eyes to see your light. I said it over and over, but nobody seemed to understand. The party was a bust, and from then on, I was known as the weirdo kid around my neighborhood. I was homeschooled by my parents until I was 13. After countless visits to various doctors, I got the darkest tint of sunglasses and wore them everywhere I went. This light was fine when I was alone, kept moving back and forth, but it was alright. Around other folks though, a different story, but I learned to live with it. My parents took me to Calignius to see a specialist, and I got some fancy glasses that I thought made me look cool. When my parents told me that I could now start school like any other normal folk, I was super excited. I wanted to show off my glasses and make more friends since Atlas was the only one talking to me. It was always difficult to be around him with his massive blaze, but it was almost worth it. He was there for me since my 5th birthday, so I kind of got attached to him, maybe a bit too much. I was giddy with excitement as my school year approached, now that I could be around other folk, but my excitement didn't last long. I was a new kid, and for whatever reason, some classmates figured that it would be fun to see how I would react not having my glasses. They tossed them around and I couldn't do anything about it. I don't know if it happened on purpose or not, but someone stepped on them. What a way to start my awesome comeback. My parents came to pick me up from school. I cried my eyes out on the way home, having been bullied yet again for my eyes. When I was a kid, others used to tease me, but this was a whole new level. Freak Eyes was a name that I had to bear all through that horrid year in high school too. and once I got a new pair of glasses, it happened again. But this time Atlas stepped in and everyone backed off since the tiger took it upon himself to protect me. I'll admit that I wasn't that happy about not being able to fend for myself, but I did get through the last year of middle school unscathed. When I was in high school, I was walking home from school one evening, but on that particular day my pace slowed down to a crawl. My feet dragged on the pavement and not long after, I collapsed to the ground. Atlas saw me from his house. When I hit the pavement, he screamed for my parents to come over. I could make out that he was calling someone from his phone. I woke up with my mom and dad holding me and crying, asking me to come back to them. Light was everywhere as usual, but this time it was pulsating towards me. My dad's cyan rays combined with my mother's magenta light floating above me. My familiar own sapphire light came back to me, igniting around my body. I started crying out in pain when the light went through my eyes, which scared everyone since they couldn't see what was happening to me. It alarmed them tenfold. It did burn a lot, to be fair. My strength started returning the moment after. In fact, I felt better than I felt in years. The ambulance arrived and the diagnosis was dehydration. Even though I was right as rain, my parents insisted that I should be taken to the hospital. I was discharged the next day without anything more than a bottle of water that I got from the doctor and a stern talking to about the importance of drinking enough fluids. Thanks, Doc. How about those lights? Is what I wanted to ask, but I knew better. In time, I realized that I needed light from others. I got some from my mom and dad when the mood was good, but that went away fast. My parents weren't able to recharge me again. Chapter 1: Aurora. I'm walking home, exhausted and desperate. A feeling of panic is gripping me, biting at me. What if it happens again? What if I collapse? Will I die this time? What is this light, and what does it want? Since the fateful 5th birthday at Longborough's, I have been grinding my thoughts about what this all means, but with no answer in sight. The warm summer breeze is shuffling through my fur this evening, keeping some of the depressing thoughts at bay. The sun's rays are starting to dip behind the tree line, not enough to make the street dark, but enough to make the dusk fall over the neighborhood. School is out and most students are either away on holiday or working summer jobs. I am looking at the houses in my neighborhood as I am getting closer to home. They're all the same. It's a template used in every suburban area I've seen. One could film a TV show here and nobody would know which suburban town it's placed in. No uniqueness to be found, and although I have a dislike about this, it's home, and home is where you feel safe. At least for me it is. Atlas finished practice later than usual, I see. He parked in front of his house. We aren't close friends anymore, but we're good neighbors, so to speak. Our usual interactions are limited to saying hi or waving at each other, but tonight I'm having one of my stronger episodes of exhaustion, so I need to make something, anything happen. He has the brightest light that I've ever seen, so he won't mind me taking some even if he has no idea that I'm doing it. Here goes nothing. Hey Atlas, how's it going? Oh, hi there Lucian. Quite tired. Coach has been drilling us hard these past few days. Why are you practicing? Isn't the season over already? Coach asked us if we want to turn pro, so the ones who said yes are getting a head start in case we get into our choice universities. He's looking at me with a curious expression, almost like that time when I collapsed on the street. I can imagine. We haven't talked in years aside from the "hey, what's up?" thrown out when we saw each other leaving our houses. We drifted apart once we both went to high school. He is a popular jock, and I am the freaky fox with the death glare, according to my classmates. But there's no bullying anymore, so they can call me whatever they want, for all I care. But that's good, right? You've always been on top of your training. Yeah, I guess. It's the working out part that's getting to me, though. Coach is really putting the pressure on. Well, the results speak for themselves. He's blushing. His light is starting to tingle. growing towards me. I need a little something, anything. Yeah, Coach says a star player should be built like a fortress. His physique is that and more. He's taller than me, a towering castle. He's got sharp eyes, and his fur looks so damn good, although he came back from practice minutes ago. His chest is wide and heavy with muscle. A smidge of a belly peeks from under the tank top, although he hides it with a compulsion at times tugging on whatever he's wearing. You okay, Lucian? You seem dazed. Are you dehydrated again? Oh, don't worry about it. Slightly exhausted from some running I did. My parents should have left some food since I couldn't get dinner on time. Do you want to join me? You used to like my mom's cooking when your family came around more often. Sure. Would it be cool to sit around like old times? Right? Come on in then. We started visiting the Longfans after my incident when I was 5, but our dinners became rarer, then non-existent. Once I could go to school like every other kid, my dad got a different job and my mom wanted to return to teaching. Most weekends, when they were home and not working on either paperwork or grading tests, it became family time between us. Going to the neighbors for dinner wasn't a thing anymore. I linger a few steps behind Atlas, dragging my feet on the ground. He flicks his ears at the noise, so I pull myself together, assuming a more decent pose. As soon as he offers a chair to sit down, I drop myself in it, too wiped out by the effort it took me to get there. You sure you're alright? You seem off today. I guess I overdid it with the running. So what's for dinner? There must be something in the fridge. You want a beer? I shouldn't. Oh, come on. I know it could dehydrate you, but here's a glass of water before. It will perk you up. Maybe get you out of this foul mood you're in. I told you I'm tired from running. You're not even wearing running shorts. Well, this is embarrassing. Jeans aren't comfortable for running now, are they? I'll take one, I guess. Good choice. You'll feel a lot better by the second or third or maybe fourth. Are you supposed to not drink alcohol when you're training? Isn't it bad for your muscles? Kind of, but it's a weekend and I'm in a chill mood. Plus, nobody will know if you don't say anything, right? His laughter made me chuckle. He's a big goofball. I saw him drunk a couple of times with his friends in town. Aurora isn't that big of a place, and he's hard to miss. A fun guy to be around for sure. Food's done. Dig in. The food looks delicious the way he prepared it, even if it was only heated up in the microwave. I down the water as Atlas looks at me, giving me a content smile. This dehydration story is ridiculous, but there's no point in trying to convince folks otherwise. Ouch, it's hot from the microwave. Well, move it around, or do you want me to blow on it for you, little cub? His light flared up when he said that, and my tail pricked. I'm on the right track. Say again, muscle tiger. Eat your food, runt. His nose is red. He turned on the TV, I assume to escape the embarrassing comment. The evening news are on. 2 young adults were charged today with the devouring of one of their work colleagues. The criminals publicly declared allegiance to one of the extremist groups known as the Sacred. I hear the click of the remote again. Only this kind of shit is in the news nowadays. I want a relaxed evening, not doom and gloom. I totally get you. The news is always about something bad, so more folks tune in. But those devourers, why do they do stuff like that? We've had lab-grown meat for decades now. Beats me. Isn't life better now having supplements hundreds of times better than real meat? I mean, look at me. There's no way that I could be this fit without lab meat. I'm certain we both shuddered at the thought of eating another folk. There is a lot of craze in this world, though. However, my concerns lie elsewhere right now. Some folks are weird like that. So, anyhow, how's your girlfriend? Atlas almost spilled out his beer. Chrissy? I don't know. Busy with stuff for uni too, I guess. His light stopped and retreated for a second. I figured that he'd be into that. I've seen him over the years with multiple girls, and now, with his latest, the not-so-charming cheetah Chrissy. I'm sure that I've seen her around here more than a few times. Maybe they're having a rough patch, stressed with the admissions and all that. Food's great, by the way. What meat is it? Mom buys Biscuit stuff. The lab makes the best meat in her opinion and mine. Either that or the beer is kicking for you. Speaking of, do you have another? Thirsty all of a sudden? He throws me one from the fridge and, to my surprise, I catch it in my paw. Must have gotten some power back when he flared at the compliment that I gave him earlier. Won't your parents mind that you're drinking their beer, I mean? It's my beer. We're good. My dad maybe lets me have a sip once in a blue moon, and I've been 18 for a while now, but then again, Atlas is about twice as big as me, and his parents are easygoing. Somewhat rich too, which helps. It has been a while since Atlas and I last talked like this. Wanna go to my room and play some Beast Battle 6? For sure. What's your main? Haha, I'm not giving you the advantage already. He read me like a book. Not bad, Tiger. Oh, hello, Lucian. How have you been? Good evening, Miss Longfan. Yes, it's been a while. I'm good. Hoping to get into a close-by university so I won't have to travel far. Yes, of course. But you'll get in without a doubt. Thank you, Miss Longfan. Atlas, have you cleaned your room? Mom, I'll take care of it if I have to. If you have to, look. You have guests. See what I have to put up with, Lucian? We'll be in my room playing some video games. Come on, Lucian. It was nice seeing you, Miss Longfan. Don't be a stranger, Lucian. You know you can visit any time. Atlas starts telling me his parents want him to save up so that he can buy his own place rather than rent if the basketball thing doesn't work out. They also want him to feel like he earned his way through life, so that he should also work for it. Quite nice of them and responsible. His room is different from what I remember from long ago, but it's to be expected. Dumbbells, a workout bench, and clothes everywhere. I'm certain the t-shirt that I sat on has been worn multiple times without it being washed. The musk invades my nostrils and my jeans are starting to pitch a tent. Ugh. I'm embarrassed at my reaction. I've had a crush on Atlas since I was a kid, but I've never gotten the feeling that he would be into me the same way. Atlas keeps excusing himself because of the mess. I nod, trying to get myself under control. He shoves everything he can find laying around the floor into a closet, then sits next to me on the bed, grabbing a controller after turning on the console. Give me that one. It's the one that I use all the time. What? You can't fight me with a different controller? I look down and see scratches on it. He clawed at it a few times. I don't recall him being a sore loser, but then again, long time, no chance. I give him his controller, and once in his paws, I see how his claws cover the scratched areas when the fight starts. Abandon all hope, little cub. Your master has arrived. His exaggerated laughter sounds corny, but jolly, so I roll with it. The student eventually becomes the master, old-timer. Atlas snorts at the remark, attempting to overpower me with some strong moves, but not without risking quite a lot. Overconfidence makes it sweeter when you fall. The tiger pauses the game in the middle of the fight. Hey, I had you there. Want to make this more interesting? Let's make it a bet. Best 2 out of 3. Loser has to say something embarrassing about himself. You're on. I shouldn't have agreed so fast. Those claw marks give me the impression that he might be better than he's letting on, but I already said yes. Atlas restarts the match. He picks a different character this time, gives me another beer, and opens one for himself as well. 4 minutes later, it's already 2-0 for him. I got crushed. Obliterated, destroyed, vanquished. The tiger growls a little, celebrating his victory. Dude, that's really loud. Oh shit, yeah. Want another beer? This would be the 4th one I'm having, and it's getting foggy. What the heck, sure. You know, this feels like old times again. It really does. Glad that I don't have to do those moves in real life anymore on your bullies. He poses in a comedic stance by the door, as if he's his favorite Beast Battles character. How can I not like him as much as I do? Yeah, I'm really glad to. So you're gonna get those beers? As you command, my liege. I'll be right back. Atlas leaves the room to get the beers. I pick up the t-shirt from under me and take a whiff. My is rock hard in seconds again, so I adjust it as best as I can. I hide the t-shirt back under me again, but there are so many jolts hitting me much stronger this time. Then I see his light, the room brimming with it. It's so bright that I wonder how I hadn't noticed it. Them beers. Without saying a word, Atlas puts the cans down and closes the door behind him. I hear the click of the lock. An emptiness in my stomach opens up, my blood dropping fast. What is he going to do? Another jolt, and another. What is happening? I'm terrified by his look, but his gentle touch melts me into his bed the moment his paw caresses my cheek. He took all the anxiety and stress out of me with one motion of his paw. I can see his massive behind his practice shorts. I turn my eyes and meet his. The confirmation that he was waiting for drops the stiffness from his posture. His face is soft, his whiskers tickling me. I play with one of his fluffy ears as he is hugging me. So genuine and kind. I know because I can feel my light mixing with his. I open my eyes when he stops kissing me. I've never seen my light doing these flowing movements. It reminds me of my parents when they helped me recharge, but this is different. While their light mixed into a color, mine and Atlas's are kind of hugging. The amber rays start entangling themselves around my sapphire light. With one finger under my chin, he motions me towards his mouth again. He kisses me, then pulls on my clothes. I think he wants us to go all the way. He's the first guy that I am doing this with, and as scared as I feel now that I know what he wants, it's also a best case scenario kind of thing. It's not like I didn't imagine this more than a few times already. My trousers drop to the floor and I feel both his paws on my butt. His muscles bulge out as he picks me up, laying me on the bed with him on top. He takes my sunglasses off, so I shut my eyes as fast as I can. You know, I think you have beautiful eyes. That did catch me by surprise. He's such an amazing guy. I try peeking, but the tiger's aura is too damn bright. Atlas chuckles at my attempt, then puts my sunglasses back on. Right now, I want to forget that I see lights around folks. This, right here, being with this tiger is the best feeling that I've ever had in my life. I grab his chest and dig my fingers into his fur, touching his nipples and hearing him moan. I take that as my cue to grab and pull. Atlas lets out a lustful growl that signals his desire to get things going. He's experienced and it shows. Every movement he makes is natural, and he's taking charge of me as if he knows that's what I want. Well, I'm sure that the beers gave me extra courage. I need it for tonight. I would have done this at any other point had I been given the chance. I let him guide me through this experience while trying not to blunder about for fear of spoiling the mood. A great turn-on for him from what I'm noticing with my arms wrapped around his chunky body. He's reaching his climax and so am I. I open my eyes wide as if on cue and notice the spectacle above. The amber light is coming towards me. Like a practice motion, I take my sunglasses off, staring right into the glowing wonder, and I absorb it, unfazed by the massive brightness. It burns, but I grit my fangs and take it in. Tears start flowing, so I pull Atlas into my chest. He doesn't need to see me this way. The tears aren't from the pain I feel from the light. It sucks to have this, to see these things. Whatever the shit is, it sucks so much, but I am not going to ruin this. However, everything in me is screaming to catch this light, no matter what. So that's what I do. My survival instincts are taking over. It's as if I've done this hundreds of times before, yet it's the first time that I know of aside from what had happened with my parents. My light subsides and so do Alice's flares. For the first time in years, I can look at him without my sunglasses. His fur is so colorful, his face adorable I haven't ever seen as clear as today. This is how everyone else gets to see him every day. Lucky bastards. It doesn't take long for me to need my glasses again. It happened though, my first time with someone, and of all the folk out there, I got to experience it with Atlas. My head's all fuzzy, and I have this warm feeling in my chest. This must be it. It's gotta be it. I think I love him. A knock at the door sends us both scrambling from his bed. Are you boys okay in there? I heard some noises. Alice's voice almost cracks with the first few words, but gets it back to his usual baritone, confident self. We're okay, Mom. I just spilled some beers on the floor. Beer. Yeah. Oh, Atlas, do you need a towel? I can help clean it up. Atlas looks at me all soaked. A few towels would be great considering. Mom, thank you, but it's fine. I'll do it myself, okay? Mind your manners, cub. You have guests. Yes, Mom. We both hear the footsteps heading away from the door. After a brief moment, Atlas turns to me, grinning. So, about that embarrassing thing. The next day, I woke up in my room, giggling at what had happened the night before. I absorbed his light, and today I have such a sense of power within me. This is so different. Well, I'm not physically stronger, that's for sure, yet everything feels lighter. I text Atlas that I'm heading to his place. Hey, I'm on my way to yours. But he doesn't reply. I'll go there anyway, like we talked about last night. There is a different car in Atlas's driveway. Must be Chrissy. That gives me pause to reconsider, but Atlas did say to go over there as early as I could. Atlas's mom greets me at the door with her usual happy demeanor. Hello, Lucian. What can I do for you? Oh, hello, Miss Longfang. I'm here to see Atlas. He's at practice. I'll let him know that you dropped by. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day, Miss Longfang. You too, Lucian. Take care. He did mention he is practicing a lot, trying to go pro. His phone is in his locker for sure. I'll wait for him to text me. I spend the day around the house studying for what could be my future career, astrophysics. Learning about the stars makes me feel closer to them. Their existence alone is mesmerizing. The smell of food knocks me out of my study frenzy, and I hear my mom calling me downstairs for dinner. It's evening already. I check my phone. No messages. Odd. Maybe Atlas is tired and will text me later. What's for dinner? Your favorite, steak and soya sauce with rice balls and sterling salad. What's the occasion then? Smart Fox, you always have a nose for those things. We wanted to talk to you about your choice for the universities. Oh, come on. This again? I've already told you that I'm staying here. I don't want to travel farther away. You know how things get sometimes. Yes, we do. But we also think that it is best if you choose Tyrenon should you get in. They have a great support system for students who need more attention. Really, Mom? I need more attention? You're old enough not to make such a scene anymore and talk about the reality of your situation. Sit down and let's have a proper chat. It's time we have this discussion, Lucian. You're 18 now. We won't be here forever, you know. Wait, did anything happen? No, nothing like that. We want what we think is best for you. Tyrenon is the best choice by far out of all the other universities you've applied to. It's farther away, yes, but it's what your mother and I hope that you will choose. You went there, but that doesn't mean that I have to follow in your footsteps. I have trouble with too many folks in the same classroom here in Aurora. There will be thousands of students in Tyrannon. Yes, that's the point. Some might be like you. I'm sure you'll find someone there who can understand you better than we do. Who could even understand all this crap? Both of you don't get it. Then help us get it. It wouldn't make sense to you even if I tried. You know how I get when I start. Tears are welling up in my eyes. This isn't how it's supposed to be. My parents' worry is genuine and I can't do a damn thing to explain this awful situation. You know what? It's okay. We'll figure it all out later. Let's have dinner. The food's warm and it smells delicious. I think I lost my appetite. Appetite comes from eating. Don't leave, please. I look at both of them and sit back down. They've been patient with me all these years. I owe them a lot, at the very least, to sit with them for dinner. Do we have any dessert too? I made fruit pie, like the one that we used to eat when you were little. Mom sure knows how to tug at my feelings. That sounds great, Mom. We enjoy our dinner and soon start talking about my dad's workday and my mom's school schedule. I check my phone again, a text from Atlas. Hey, tired from practice. How about Saturday evening? Great, see you then. Not what I expected, but at least it's going to be this weekend. I'll get some beers ready for tomorrow. It's only fair that I buy the drinks this time. This weekend couldn't come faster. Thinking about my special night with Atlas over and over again made the days move slower than usual. Studying the advanced terminologies of astrophysics didn't help either, but the wait was worth it. It's Saturday evening now. I walk across to Alice's house, beers at the ready. Wait, that's Chrissy's car. Atlas is by the door looking in the distance. I wave once I'm in front of him to snap him out of whatever he was thinking about. Hi, I brought the beer today. Hey, Lucian. I'm going to get this over with then. I can't see you anymore. At least, not like you might think. Here we go. I thought about it, and that night. Well, that isn't me. I had a tough time recently with practice and all, and I let loose at the wrong moment. Let loose? What? No. But you said my eyes are beautiful. I don't know if he's ashamed of saying that, if he meant it, or what the hell is going on. Although I have my suspicions. I was caught up in the moment. Look, I really am sorry. I didn't mean for things to happen this way. We can continue being friends, but not like that other night. It's Chrissy, isn't it? Keep it down. I don't want anyone to hear this stuff. Well, is it? It's more complicated than that. How complicated could it be? I'm boiling with anger, but I need to keep it together, otherwise I'll start crying again like I always do. Lucian, you don't get it. I guess I don't. I thought that we had something going on, not just sex. By the way, you were my first, so there's that too. I didn't say anything about Chrissy because I couldn't say no to you, but I see now how that was a huge mistake. I was your first? That's the part that caught your attention? Not only, but it's... You know what? I'm done. I have a lot of studies that I need to get back to, and I've been wasting my time thinking about crossing tails with you. Lucian. Don't. Here, enjoy the beers. They're on me. I push the beers in his lap and don't wait for any other response. What a prick. He used me. Well, I used him too, but that's not the point. I had to use him. This is so fucking stupid. These stupid lights again. Why are they flaring? What now? There's no tiger dick, you shitty light. Fuck off. Who are you talking to? I'm in my front yard again, stomping my way over there, fuming. Dad. Oh, nobody. Were you at the neighbor's house? I wanted to ask if he has a game for my console. We can buy that for you if you want. No, it's okay. I think I should be old enough not to waste my time with playing games anymore. I rush inside the house up to my room. I would like to be calmer, but holy shit does this hurt. What a jerk. Be friends after that. After what I felt, where's my soothing tree? This used to help me, but now I want to split it into a million pieces. My claws are starting to give in, turning red and bleeding out. Are you okay in there? I'm fine. Go away. If you want to talk about something, we're both here for you. I said I'm fine. Leave. The sound of footsteps moving away give me the signal to let it all out. What a night. The next days felt horrible. I felt horrible. Aside from what had happened with Atlas, I screamed at my dad. I walked into the kitchen with my head down. My dad moves next to my mom. I hope this is not some sort of intervention for my behavior. I notice my mom holding a pack of envelopes. She hands it to me. So, would you like to open them? The admission letters are starting to come in. Don't be nervous, son. Tell us what they say. We're here for you. My paws are trembling as I grab one of the envelopes. I slit it open with one claw, my mind racing. I open another one, then another. They all say, I got in. I jump into my parents' arms and hug them tight. What a rush. Wonderful. We knew that you could do it, son. We're so very proud of you. We've reserved a table for 3 at Long Burrows for tonight. Really? What if I wouldn't have gotten in? Then we'd take you out anyway. But there was no doubt though, was there? Time to celebrate. But before that, Dad takes out one last envelope from his pocket. It has the famous T on the backside. You also have this one. Would you like to open it? I take it in my paws, admiring the beautiful font and slick color of the T. I told you that I'm not interested in leaving. Nobody's telling you to. I fold the envelope and place it in my pocket, out of sight, out of mind. I'm going to get ready to go out then. Sure thing, honey. We'll get ready too. Longburrow, the classiest restaurant in Aurora. Not much to choose from around this area, so I'd say that this is the place where everyone goes to celebrate something special in this town. It's not bad, however bland and basic it might look, but it's good enough for a night out. I remember some birthdays here with my parents, one in particular. Let's get seated. Good evening. The weekly specials are on the first page. What would you like to drink? We'll have a bottle of wine. Grovium, please. And water to go along with it. Oh dear. Fox, please. That's the worst dad joke ever. Everyone is giggling, including the waitress. We're celebrating tonight and a bottle would do nicely. Very well, sir. Dad, you didn't have to. That's expensive. How many times do we get to celebrate this? Once. That's it. You've made both me and your mom proud. You're a very special fox, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Dad, you're embarrassing me. It's just us, honey. Don't be like that. Mom's right. It is just us and has always been like this. No matter how weird others thought that I was, my parents have stood by me. They're immovable and the only folks that I could ever truly count on. I couldn't be more blessed to call them Mom and Dad. Is that Atlas? And his girlfriend, I think. What? Why is that stupid cat here? No, Dad, stop waving. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Volps. Hi, Lucian. Hey. And who's this? This is Chrissy, my girlfriend. Lovely to meet you. Yeah, lovely. Likewise. Here's your bottle of Grovian. Grovian? What's the occasion? Lucian got into all the universities he applied for. Congrats. You know, I also... We'd best get to our table. Right, wonderful seeing you, Mr. and Mrs. Volps. Congratulations again, Lucian. I watch the cheetah pull Atlas away. They're dressed with too much class for what Logborough would consider standard. The perks of having rich parents, I see. What was that all about, Lucian? Do you know that girl? Kind of. But she seemed weird. Weird how? She was looking down on us like we're some nobodies who don't know what a Grovian is. You shouldn't jump to conclusions like that, Lucian. It's not polite. But... no, that's not how we act. Now let's enjoy ourselves. Today is about celebrating victories. He's right, but I know this Chrissy was looking down on us. Her light was all over the place when she approached us with heavy unwillingness. Come to think of it, looking at their table, her light is acting as if it's chasing Atlas's. That's weird even to me. That big amber flare that I'm used to seeing is nothing but a small glint around the tiger. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sure thing, sweetie. I walk towards the bathroom and notice that Cheetah's gone. Atlas pulls something out of his pocket. That's a ring. He's going to propose, but he can't do that. Why is my light shining brighter? Hey, stop moving away, come back. What's going on? This has never happened to me before. It's like a part of me is getting ripped out by force. This must be how losing a limb feels like, I guess. Holy shit, stop, please. This pain is too much. I'm so tired all of a sudden. I'll pass out if this keeps up. Not here, please, not now. Not... Excuse me? Are you okay? I'm okay now. Can I have a glass of cold water, please? I'm at the table over there. She got me grounded again somehow. I have no idea what happened, but I don't want to wait around and find out. And what's up with me thinking about Atlas? Why do I care? Let him do what he wants. But he said that my eyes were... No. He's a jerk. That Cheetah has no idea what she's getting herself into, and I am not going to talk her out of her foolishness. I should feel for Chrissy, but it's not my place to say anything. It's been a week since Atlas and I had sex, and he's proposing now. He's messed up. But if he's happy about the proposal, shouldn't this entire restaurant be engulfed with his light? When I was with him in his room, it was akin to a supernova. The Cheetah's walking back to the table, Atlas hiding the ring back in his pocket. Have I been standing here in the middle of the restaurant for that long? I brush myself as if I remembered something and walk back to my table. My parents are engaged in a heated discussion about the Grovian's flavor taste to have noticed my awkward statue-like impression moments ago. Now you're a grown fox, Lucian. Have a glass with us. University will be the experience of a lifetime. It's how your mother and I met, actually. Yes, Dad. You've told me the story a million times. I can't stop thinking about Atlas. He's there with that Chrissy, but I am sure that he doesn't want to be. Both my parents are looking at me, though. Sorry. I'm just overwhelmed with everything right now. It's a big change, Lucian, but we'll help every step of the way. I know, and I'm sorry that I've been such a sour fox. Like you said, let's toast to celebrating victories. We all raise our glasses. The soft clink brings me back to the actual reality that I live in. This Grovian wine does taste good. It's something one could get used to. The rest of the evening is a pleasant flow of reminiscing embarrassing moments, taking pictures with my amazing family, and after one more glass of Grovian, I almost forgot Atlas is here as well. We finish our food and get the check. As we're walking towards the exit, I hear folks applauding when they're letting the doors close. The tiger must have proposed and his girlfriend must have said yes. I don't know why it is such a big deal for me, now with my mom and dad by my side smiling as we're all tipsy from the best wine that I've ever had. I think it's going to be alright. I pull out the envelope my dad gave me. The tea is so cool. I stop right outside the restaurant and tear open the envelope as fast as I can. Dear Vulpes, highly reputed university, thousands of students per season, congratulations on having passed the examination for astrophysics. You are now a Tyrnonian? I got in. Mom, Dad, I got into Tyrnon. Now that I am crying my eyes out knowing that I got into Tyrnon, I realize that it's actually what I was hoping for. This feels like the highest triumph that I've ever had. My parents aren't saying anything. Both have tears in their eyes as well. They know what it means, and so do I. Hey, Dad? Yes, son? Tell me the story how you met Mom. My parents smiled at my request. Their lights are incredible. That's how love looks like. Real love. Our taxi has arrived and we head home while the taxi driver also gets to listening in on a tale of two very nerdy foxes who end up staying together for more than 30 years. I spent the remainder of the summer ignoring Atlas as much as I could. He did try to come over when we saw each other on the street, but I dodged him each time. I blocked his number after that evening at the restaurant. There was a remorse in the beginning, but there's nothing that he can say to fix whatever needs fixing. Maybe he wanted to explain himself. The longer I spent thinking about it, though, I realized that everything was in my head. My feelings got the best of me, and I thought our fling might be something bigger than it was. In the end, it's going to be one hot memory that I will have. It's tied to a sad one as well, sure, but like my dad says, take the good with the bad, son. It's always a mix of those in life. I also haven't been exhausted at all since the night with Atlas. I did take in a lot of his light, but he seems fine and so am I. That's good enough for the both of us then. Nothing else needs to happen between me and the tiger. Not long now till the school semester at Tyrnon starts. I'm glad things worked out somehow. My parents are happy with Tyrnon, and after reading more and more about it, it's looking interesting to say the least. This university is regarded as one of the best, if not the best, in Stratia. So what if there are loads of students? I can be the exact same fox I am here. But there, too many folks around, I can leave. I'm sure in time I will manage. Tyrnon, I'm coming. Chapter 2, Discovery. But that's actually where I'm going to leave it for today. So, I kind of feel that the story is really going fast. Which I guess is kind of good too. Like it doesn't have any like super big fluff that kind of makes you tired of reading. But I do feel like there are parts that could have expanded a little. But at the same time, I don't know, you know, if that might hinder the story a little, but it does feel like it's going really fast. I'm wondering what this power or ability of this fox is, and if other people have this type of thing. Um, it is interesting that he needs to recharge by, I guess, absorbing the light from people, but at the same time, it hurts to do it. I'm wondering if he could do it some other way, or if it could possibly be filtered in a way where he can do it, but he has to do it like through his glasses. You would have thought that it might have been possible through the glasses already, the sunglasses, to have it as a sort of mm, well, I guess like a filter in a way, where he can still do it. It's just it's reducing the intensity so it doesn't hurt as much. But also, I do feel that it was kind of weird for him to expect that this Atlas guy who you haven't spoken with in a while, who you've only had like passing glances or like passing interactions where it's like, oh yeah, neighbor, hi, bye. Um, to suddenly be like super into you, um, and not have something awkward happening, especially if you know that they had a girlfriend. Like, you both are drunk, yes. So, like, if you're both drunk, something happens, and then the next day they're like, oh, yeah, I don't think we should do that again. Sorry. Then you're like, yeah, okay, move on. Were you really expecting them to do something more? Because that would be a little weird, dude. Um, yeah, I guess that's where I am right now with that, whole little Atlas situation. So, I mean, it's both of their faults. Like he said, he took advantage of me, but I also took advantage of him. So, you know, glass houses, all that, all that jazz. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Write it down in the comments, etc., etc. And thank you all for watching slash listening. If you would like to play Light My Way, you can do so by going down into the link in the description for their Twitter page, or you can just go to HIO and search for it yourself. And they do have a Patreon, which I will be linking down in the description in case you want to support them and this project. And as you can see, they also have a Discord. So if you want to talk about it with other people that are reading it specifically, or if you want to try to speak to the creator, which I'm assuming is Hadrian Maximus, then you can do so by going to their Discord or their Twitter page. But yeah, so all pertinent links will be down in the description, and I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.